I want more.
By the year 33 AD, Rome was probably the richest empire in the world. The imperial treasury was full of gold and silver. The previous emperor, the respected Augustus, was very generous. He spent a lot of money on building and development. His huge public building projects gave instant jobs and created important, long-lasting structures. Borrowing money was very easy. This large amount of money encouraged people to invest. People could borrow money with only 4% interest each year.
I borrowed to have a bigger bakery shop.
The new farms were run well and made food prices very low and stable. Having more food from these big farms stopped the prices of necessary goods from rising. Senators, rich businessmen, and traders saw a chance to get even richer. They knew that using cheap loans to buy things that would increase in value was the fastest way to great wealth. They borrowed huge sums of money and bought large farms and expensive houses. They used the houses and land they just bought as collateral for the next loan.
I just bought this house with a garden.
This method, called pyramiding debt, let investors quickly increase their property many times over. This sudden rush to buy drove up the price of good land in Italy. Everyone believed the prices would never stop rising. This excitement was based on the strong belief that the empire would always be stable and grow. People said, the safest investment is land. Buy land today, sell it next year for double the price. Expensive goods from the East, like silk, spices, and rare wood, filled the luxurious homes of the wealthy class. The rich were getting richer, buying more, and living better. Roman roads were always getting bigger, making every trip across the great empire faster, safer, and easier to trust. These stone roads helped armies move, but also let messages travel fast using the state mail system. Huge aqueducts brought fresh, clean water to the growing cities, making public health much better. This large amount of water also ran the big public baths, which were important places for daily life, and were so cheap they seemed free. Great temples, forums, and baths were built. The forums were full of speakers who promised endless wealth and good times. Philosophers and public speakers talked about a coming golden age of unlimited Roman success. Theatres brought fun and laughter to everyone. Everyone was happy.
I want more.
But the new Emperor Tiberius did not like to spend money.
More gold! More!
Unlike the last emperor, Tiberius preferred a careful money plan over public spending. He stopped big building projects in the city. This sudden halt immediately cut off wages for thousands of city workers. He paid less wages to soldiers and saved a lot of gold and silver in the treasury. Tiberius believed having a massive money fund was key to the long-term safety of the state. Rich Romans loved buying expensive things like silk and spices. These luxury items showed their high status but were also seen as needed parts of a noble life. Because the empire bought many more luxury goods than it sold, this created a constant trade problem. The precious metals were flowing out of the Roman Empire. Emperor Tiberius saw a problem. He correctly saw the trade imbalance and the reckless land buying as two dangers to Rome's money system. He suddenly decided to use a very old law.
The emperor says...
The law said, lenders and bankers had to invest 2/3 of their money in land within Italy. The goal was to force money back into the Italian economy and reduce the use of easily exported precious metals.
I give you 18 months.
Emperor Tiberius gave the lenders 18 months to follow the law. This deadline put an immediate and huge strain on the entire financial system. The lenders demanded all debts be paid back at once so they could buy Italian land.
Pay off your debt. I don't have the money.
When all the lenders wanted their money back at the same time, borrowers were out of cash. The only way to get cash was to sell land and houses. Borrowers were forced into a desperate, immediate sale of the very things that had caused the boom. Suddenly, thousands of farms and houses were for sale. The sensible fear of prices falling even more completely stopped all buying.
Please, buy my house. It's a great deal. I need to sell it now.
The lack of buyers turned the hopeful boom into a harsh and quick market collapse. Rich people became terrified. Some buried money in their gardens. Many Romans kept their savings with bankers. Public trust in the banks instantly disappeared. When people came to take their money back, the bankers said, "We are unable to return your deposits at this moment. We lent the money to senators. We have no coins now." Some bankers ran away from Rome and others closed their doors.
I am sad to inform you that the bank is closed. My largest buyer, Cassius, he declared bankruptcy last week. His bank simply closed its doors and locked them tight. I lost everything he owed me. My storeroom is full. No one buys. I can't pay the farmers. How can I buy Spanish oil or Egyptian grain if no one can guarantee payment?
My main patron, the Senator Publius, is ruined. He can't even pay me for the work I finished.
If this continues, the lenders will take my shop and everything I own. I fought 10 years for Rome. Now the moneylender says my farm belongs to him because of interest.
The wealthy people who had started the boom were now begging the very emperor they had criticized for being too careful with money.
No!
Tiberius said calmly, "Laws are laws. The market will fix itself." His first refusal was a hard lesson meant to stop the reckless actions of the investor class. The city became silent. No buying, no selling, no building. A heavy economic depression settled over the city that was once full of life. Shops in Rome closed one after another because no one had coins to buy. Retail business stopped as trust in the economy disappeared overnight. Workers who built temples, roads, and aqueducts lost their jobs. The thousands of skilled workers previously employed in construction were suddenly poor. Many people lost almost everything. The financial ruin quickly became widespread human suffering and poverty.
Hey, come back!
The lack of money meant people could not get the basic things they needed.
Come back!
The farming sector, which was the base of the boom, was stopped by the crisis of non-payment. Debt slavery was common in Rome, though less so than in the past. It was a terrible fate that gave a terrifying escape from hunger for the poorest citizens.
Please, I can pay you the rest in 2 weeks. Don't take my son.
2 weeks? I need my money now. Your husband borrowed 30 silver coins.
Please, I can pay you the rest in 2 weeks. Don't take my son.
Many people became so poor that some sold themselves or their children as slaves just to have food. This desperate action showed how bad the crisis was and how social support systems had failed. After almost 1 year of crisis, the social and political pressure of the continuous suffering finally changed the mind of the cautious emperor. The emperor created special state banks and gave an enormous amount of 100 million coins from the treasury. These banks lent money for a period of 3 years with an amazing 0% interest. The interest-free terms were a new and huge push to encourage people to borrow and spend right away. With cash available again, trade and industry quickly began to recover. The crisis had reached its lowest point, and the market began the slow process of getting better. Merchants reopened shops and busy workshops started. The return of available cash meant consumers could buy, and employers could pay wages. By 35 AD, the severe economic crisis had ended.